So I like the rain. I think it's peaceful, it's calming. And luckily, a 1,000-year flood has struck my world, and so it's going to be raining for the next 117 days. So we've got a lovely spot here, a nice rainy forest, so we'll explore, we'll build a house, we'll just have a nice rainy world here. Got some good caves around here. I'm just going to explore this first day. Okay, we got some more plains, looks like. I love the bend of the plants in the wind. That's a really nice touch. Look at that. That's so cool. Ooh, what is that? Is that a structure? Oh yeah, there's something. I could turn this into my house for the night. What do we got here? Ooh. Oh, we got a bed. Nice. Yeah, I'll take that. Maybe I'll leave the bed here, actually. And I'll cover up the roof. Because I don't want to be rained on when I'm sleeping. Oh, wait, there's a chest here. A legendary iron axe. Can't use that for a while, but that's pretty cool. Oh, I spy a village. Alright, this is a nice spot. Could live around here. Oh, are these, I think these are grapes. Yes, white grape seeds. Cool. Could grow some wine. Well, not grow it, but you know what I mean. Wow, really nice cave down there. We got some potential. Yeah, this is definitely a village. This is a nice spot. Could do some trading. Look at the farmers tending to the crops. Go, Clarence. What's up, my man? There's a bounty board, too. Nice. The prizes are always so random. Like, getting all these items are pretty hard to do. Looks like it's mostly wool. But you can get XP and reputation from that, which is pretty neat. Maybe I'll turn one of these houses into my home for the night, because that one, a little bit dingy over there. I'd like to have a complete roof. How did this happen? It's like a boulder right in front of this person's house. I got some armor, but I can't wear it yet. Gotta rank up my skills. I'll explain how the skills work in a second. I'm just exploring for these first couple days. Ooh, what is this? A jeweler? I haven't seen this before. I can't trade with him yet. Gotta rank up my trading skill. Oh wow, look at this. Got some gems. And a copper ring. 0.5 armor when I equip it. Okay. So if I equip both of these, then I should get 1 bar of armor. Yeah, cool. Not really gonna do a whole lot, but not a bad start. There's lots of cool accessories you can equip with this mod pack. The mod pack is better in Adventures Plus, by the way. Oh, there's more rings over here too, though. Wait, let me grab these. We got a gold ring. Oh, it doesn't have any bonus, though. Well, that's lame. Why would I want that? Alright, well, this is cool, though. I think I probably will settle around here. I want to see what that guy trades, the jeweler. Yeah, maybe I could settle somewhere in this forest. Oh, like that plateau up there looks cool. There's some sort of cliff up there. Let's go check that out. Oh wow, look at this. A little pond of sorts. That's cool. Is that a squirrel? That must be a platypus, right? What is that thing? Come here. Hey, don't run away from me. Oh, it's a lizard. Really? Okay. I thought that was like a beaver or a platypus. I'm gonna be proactive and make my sleeping bag for the night. I don't want to be caught out here in the rain with all the monsters. I love me a good sleeping bag. They're so convenient. Yeah, but this thing right here, I saw this from a distance. There's some sort of raised up plateau. This could be cool. Yeah, this is cool looking. I could settle over here. Alright, well let's settle in this cave for the night. Let's get out of the rain. Alright, so we survived the first night. Pretty good. I actually like the look of that plateau over there too, though. The one with the big spruce trees. Like right over there. I'm not quite feeling this spot as much. Maybe I'll go check that out. What is this flower? Is this lavender? It's bluebell. Oh, interesting. Yeah, see, this might be really nice. I haven't used spruce wood in a while. It'd be nice to settle around it. Yeah, let's settle right here. This is a nice spot. And I feel a little bit more protected being up on a plateau, high up off the ground. Alright, there's a decent little tent made of wood. I don't have any wool, so it'll have to do. Got all my stuff organized in here, so this is what I've gathered thus far. I guess this would be a good opportunity to explain the leveling thing now. So I've gone back to using level Z. This is probably one of the most, not controversial, but just like, I guess, misunderstood aspects of Better Adventures Plus. So I just want to clarify how this all works in case you haven't seen it before. Basically what level Z does is it adds a progression system to the game. So when you first log in, you'll notice I've only got 3 hearts. And when I go to mine stone, like none of this is going to drop. I can't actually mine stone yet. And I have to rank up my mining skill, or I have to rank up farming. You have to rank up your skills to use buckets or to, you know, harvest milk from cows, and everything is kind of locked behind a certain skill level. Just forces you to play the game more slowly, basically. But what that means is that in the beginning, I can't actually do most of the things you would expect I could do, like getting coal, getting iron, and all of that. And so, for example, with this iron axe that I found, I can't use this until level 8 farming, which doesn't take super long to get to, but it just kind of forces you to slow down a bit. And so in these early days, I just really need to chop trees down, get XP, and rank up my skills. But in tandem with level Z, there's also this thing called Jobs add-on, which allows you to get some XP from just doing basic tasks. And in the beginning, I always go with the lumberjack job. So in the beginning, when I'm chopping trees down, I'm going to get XP from that, and that's going to help me out in the early game. But just thought I would explain that. I know I get comments on the daily almost asking me, is the mod pack bugged? Why can't I mine stone? All of that, and that's why. It's all by design. Maybe it's not the most obvious thing in the world, but if you watch my videos, you'll see how the game works. I don't want to ever assume that people know what I'm doing or what I'm talking about, and I always like to treat it as if it's someone's first time discovering the channel. But anyways, yeah, let's chop some trees down. We'll make some more space for maybe a house, and then hopefully I'll get my first skill point. These wooden axes are so bad, though, in the beginning. You chop one tree down and they break. Like, it doesn't even chop the tree down. And getting the stone axe is a really nice first upgrade. I actually might put some points into trading and go back to that village, because trading with villagers is super broken. Yeah, so you can see I'm already level 4 with lumberjack, and that means that I've already gotten some pretty good amounts of XP for my first skill point. Doesn't take too long in the beginning, but I want to think about what I want to spend it on once I get it. In the meantime, let's just go to bed. I mean, trading with villagers is a very, very good way to get XP with level Z, but I probably should just go with hearts. I only have 3, for God's sake, and it's hardcore, so I don't want to get popped by a skeleton. Oh, no. I'm so not ready to fight monsters. God, he's still chasing me. Wait, this is actually really bad because I'm on a cliff. I would actually straight up lose to that spider right now. It's embarrassing, but it's the truth. Where's the ladder? Okay, there it is. Is he chasing me still? Okay, I think he stopped chasing me. The ladder's right there if I have to make a quick dash. God, that's so bad, though. I really straight up would lose if I fought anything. I think a skeleton can one-shot me right now. Okay, there we go. There's my first skill point. So, it might be a little bit ballsy, but I think for now, I'm actually going to put a point into trade. That way we can go back to the village in a second, trade away these sticks, and just get a ton of skill points in the beginning. I just want to get the ball rolling with level Z. It takes a little bit of time to actually start getting into the game. Once you've unlocked the basic necessities, it's not too bad. Oh, there's a boar there. I don't think they're hostile. Okay, good. They've got those tusks, though, so they kind of make me nervous. Such cool terrain, by the way. I've never seen cliffs like this. Like a raised-up plateau that's all flat. Feels really cool. I could fill it out with a castle or something like that. Alright, and then this one I'm going to actually put into mining. The reason I'm doing that is that you unlock flint, gravel, all that at level 1 mining. And I need that to make fletching tables to get fletchers to then trade my sticks away. So, but now that I've got those 2 basic skill points, let's go back to the village. I'm going to be careful down this ladder, jeez. I do have to find some gravel in the first place to get flint. Maybe I'll spot some on my way over. There's a little pottery shard thing. I'll take one of these. I've just started to get into archaeology stuff in my last video. I started trying to brush for artifacts because I was trying to get a certain item, and it's kind of cool, but I would never do it in vanilla. It seems pointless. It was only because I had a certain mod installed. I think Better Archaeology is what it was called, or some sort of archaeology thing. And I had to go brush for some artifacts, but the base game is pretty lame. So there's the village, okay. Probably will still come down here a lot, especially to go mining. I haven't spotted any caves over there quite yet. I guess actually let me look if I can spot some gravel in here. There usually is some in caves. It's all stone. Oh, there's some gravel, yes. Are there really only 2 pieces of gravel? Oh my god. I mean, that's technically enough. You only need 2 pieces of flint to get the table, but like, I was hoping to get several Fletchers. I think I'll find some more over here. I'm not trying to go down in the caves yet. Not even close. Oh, there's some more. Okay, cool. Well, I almost forgot to mention this, by the way, but I do have a second leveling skill thing in conjunction with level Z. I think this is pufferfish skills, and it's kind of like a Path of Exile tree. It's not really about unlocking skills, it's just really stat boosts, like extra hearts and mining speed, but it's a pretty cool mod. I like it a lot. And I actually have a skill point, I didn't even realize, so I'm going to get an extra heart for sure. Hearts are a big deal right now. Like, going from 3 to 4 is a big deal. And I think, yeah, there's a secondary tree as well. There's a mining skill tree. This is just mining speed buffs and fortune buffs. And you get XP by doing the action, like going mining or fighting mobs for the combat tree. You get really quick towards the end. I think in my last video, I did so much mining and I got so many skill points that I managed to get insta-mining stone on my pickaxe. I had to have like efficiency 5 on it, but I didn't need a beacon to get that buff, which is crazy. I mean, I think I had like half the tree filled out, so it took a while. But it was pretty cool to have that much mining speed. Alright, well there's 4 flint, so that should be enough to get me started. 2 Fletchers or so, that's not too bad. So let's get rid of these cauldrons. We'll turn the leather workers into Fletchers, I think. So we've got a couple tables, there we go. And then hopefully those guys will walk around and want to become Fletchers. I don't know where they are though. How did you end up in here, bro? Like, what? Alright, we got our first customer. There we go. So let's just do 1 round of trading, okay? I'm currently level 2. And now I'm level 9. So, it's pretty crazy. I mean, hey, I'll take it. I honestly wanted to have that just so I could do some basic stuff. Like level 4 mining is when you unlock the ability to mine stone. Maybe we'll get some, like an extra heart or 2. I just don't want to be stuck in like the uber early game for too long because it's kind of boring. But now we can mine stone, we can get some stone tools, this is great. Yeah, there we go, stone, finally. Guess I'll get to bed, we'll do this in the morning because it's kind of getting dark. I still don't know how this happened, there's a boulder blocking this house. Oh, I got a dream catcher. Oh, did I get that for sleeping? It's supposed to be another accessory, so if I put this in my right or left pocket, I get a random effect for about 3 minutes after I wake up. That's cool. So I think my pocket is this slot. There we go. So I guess the next morning when I sleep again, I'll get some sort of buff or something. That's cool. There's a lot of accessories to discover, I think. Lots of cool... It's kind of like Terraria. It's like that. Lots of cool new tools and trinkets to use. Alright, well, let's get some more stone. Maybe we'll chop some more trees down. Maybe do some more trading. Alright, so I believe I can replace my pickaxe and my shovel. I can use these both now. I can't use the stone axe yet. The axes you upgrade through the farming route, so I'll have to do that separately. But this is going to be a lot quicker already. Level 15 already, that's ridiculous. Okay, well I got a bow, and I got some arrows from that Fletcher, so I might put a point into archery, so I can use my bow. And then we'll put 4 points into farming, so now I've got my stone axe, and then we'll keep going with the hearts. I got a few bows just so I could roll a good modifier, and I'm probably going to go with the legendary one here. It's actually really good getting the bow in the early game because I don't really want to be that close and personal with mobs. I want to kind of aim from a distance like this. There we go. So it says I can only use it for attacking once I get level 4 strength, but I don't care about that. I never use axes when I'm fighting, so I don't really need the strength quite yet. But yeah, so now I can actually have an axe that won't break immediately. That's fantastic. Well, maybe instead of chopping trees down, though, I'm going to trade the remainder of my wood, and then we'll go back to my house. Or maybe I'll go mining, actually, because that cave is right there. Alright, traded all my wood away, so I've got 10 skill points to spend. This is nuts, man. Well, honestly, if I'm going to go into the caves, I'm probably just going to put most of these into my hearts. I'll get the full row back, and then maybe we'll put some points into mining. I mean, normally you wouldn't get skill points this quickly. It's purely because I found a village, which is a really nice start, but it's okay. I'm glad to get the early stuff out of the way. Oh, by the way, I wanted to see what this jeweler traded. What do you have for sale? So I could buy some more copper rings. Okay. It'd be really cool to rank this guy up. I don't even know what his later trades would be. I only have 8 emeralds. I should have actually not spent them all on arrows. That's kind of a shame. Maybe I'll trade a couple more sticks. I just want to see what this guy has, maybe for his 2nd tier trade. Okay, so now I should rank up. So I could give him gold, or I could buy iron rings. Ooh, that's cool, man. Get some good armor. Alright, we'll have to come back later. I don't have any more emeralds for the time being. Yeah, I mean, I will say, I'm the one that assembled Better Adventures Plus. I'm the one that maintains it on CurseForge, but I don't actually know a lot of what's in the mod pack, or I discover it as I go. That's why I do these videos. I teach myself how everything works. Kind of like research in my own way. Okay, so there's the cave over there. Alright, so let's get some coal. There we go. I want to get some torches, campfires, cook up my food, all of that. Looks like the cooldown has expired. I can get my next job. I guess it's perfect timing. Let's go with the mining job. Now I'll get XP when I mine ore, which is really good. Yeah, that was fast. Alright, I'm actually going to put one more point into mining right here. Because level 8 is when you unlock iron. So I figure if I'm already down here, might as well have that ready if I find it. Yeah, like right there. Perfect. Oh, this is a big vein too. Nice. I got my first mining point. Let's put this right here. All of these nodes are the same, so it doesn't really matter what you pick. But over time, it's going to be noticeably quicker when I'm mining ore with all those mining speed buffs stacked on top of each other. Doesn't do much in the early game, but it really adds up over time. Alright, well I actually did not bring a bed with me, so I'm going to head back to the village. I'll sleep there for the night. Oh, wait, the bed was in my inventory this whole time. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, I'd rather sleep underneath a roof when it's raining. Oh wait, yeah, look, I got my buff for waking up. That's really cool. Yeah, so that's from the Dreamcatcher accessory. Yeah, I want to fill out all of my accessories. There's so many you can get, like jump boost, cloud in a bottle, you can get double jump and all that. Alright, well, if I have the bed on me, I can do a more extended mining trip now. I don't want to get too much because I don't have a backpack yet, but I can grab a lot of coal and iron. Don't mind me. Oh. Walked in the rain. What is this stuff? It's tin. Okay. There's a lot of new metals. I think I've got something called mythic metals installed. There's probably like a couple dozen new things to get underground. Different ores and tools you can craft. Okay, my pickaxe is broken, but I believe I can actually cook up my iron now. So I've got the furnace unlocked. We'll get my next tier of tools. Excellent. This is a pretty good start, man. It's not usually this quick with level Z. There we go. Man, it kind of sucks, though. I hate that common modifier. It's such a penalty. Having the -2 reach is so bad. It's okay, though. It's a lot quicker. More durability, too. I think I'm actually going to put a point into defense here. Picked up a couple of pieces of leather armor from the village. They're back at my house. So I can, well, house is a strong word. My tent. But when I go back there, I can equip those. Should build a house soon. I want to have an actual proper home. Oh. No. You see how much damage they do even in the early game. Yeah, and you'll notice that my health bar there, I've got, like the first heart there is orange now. That's a mod I've got installed called, I think, Colored Hearts. It's a really, really nice way to deal with 2 leveling things like this with level Z and pufferfish skills. You're going to get like 4 rows of hearts if you go through the entire game, and it's going to look so messy in the UI. And so this solution is just to make the next row of hearts a different color, which is really nice. It's very important when you've got these kinds of mods installed to not have UI clutter. Ooh, that's Bangalum right there. That thing blows up if you mine it. I'll steer clear of that. Oh, hello. God, the reach is just so awful. T-Rex arms. Alright, well, I think I'm going to head back to my base. I've gotten a good amount of coal to start off the game with. I think it was that way, yes. I want to build an actual house over the next couple of days. Alright, here we are. So yeah, let me put this armor on. Should be able to wear it now. Not going to do a whole lot for me, but it looks cool. Got a decent amount of room, but I'm probably going to clear out these trees here and build a nice spruce cabin. Alright, well here's the house. Nothing too fancy, just a little basic cabin. It's not the most roomy inside. I mean, it's cozy. I think it fits the rainy aesthetic, but you know, I've got some room for chests. We've got a little kitchen in progress. Got more storage up here, and then my bed is over here. So It'll do. It'll do for a start. It's only the first 7 days or so, right? There's plenty of room to expand. I'm just going to cook up some food, and then we're going to go explore in the morning, I think. It's almost sundown. I want to find some more accessories, ideally. We'll go find some structures and loot. Get some leather for a backpack. Oh wait, look, there's something right down here. Right off the side of my base. It's like a graveyard of some sort. Yeah, right down there. Okay. If I get a lot of bones, I could start a farm pretty easily. It'd be nice to do that in this video. I haven't done a whole lot of farming recently. Ooh, look at this. Fast spin increases the flight speed of a projectile. Is that like bow velocity? That could be interesting. And then increases the damage against villagers, pillagers, witches, and other players. Okay. Kind of niche enchantments, but that's interesting. There's a lot of new ones. I added a lot of mods that add enchantments, and I don't fully understand all of them yet. We got Harvester too. Gives the option of right-click harvesting and the chance to grow nearby crops. Oh, I've already got that from right-click harvest. Already got a mod that does that, but that's still cool. Alright, I think I looted the whole graveyard. That was pretty good. Got some gold, lapis, lots of books. I really do need to find some cows, though, or just some other source of leather or a backpack. My inventory is already full. That is the thing I learned, though. I recently finished playing Terraria Calamity. I did a playthrough of that, and I did not realize just how bad the inventory management is in that game, especially when you add mods. At least Minecraft, you can install mods that have backpacks, and there probably are backpacks in Terraria, but I didn't find anything. Like, I just cannot imagine going back to vanilla Minecraft and not having backpacks. I know there's bundles and shulker boxes, but it's not the same. Well, anyways, let me swing by that village up here. It looks like a birch village. Yeah, here we go. I've seen these before. They always have such trash loot, though. Clarence, you are dirt poor, my man. Just need like 1 or 2 more cows, and then I'll be able to loot a lot more stuff. This is cool, though. I love the old growth birch forest, especially when it's raining. There are some books in here and a brewing stand. That might be nice. Oh, no way. Actually, that's enough gold that I would need to get the gold backpack. Alright. And then what is this? A smithing template for a Kyber shovel. That sounds really advanced. I don't know about that quite yet. I'm telling you guys, I am not an expert in this mod pack. Even though I added all these mods to it, like, I'm still learning it. It's very much a learning experience for me as well. I didn't make any of the mods, just to be clear. I just made the mod pack. Put them all in one spot, but the real credit goes to the mod developers. They're so talented. Alright, well there's... Oh, okay. I was about to say, there's not really much loot here for me, so I'm probably just gonna bounce, but... It seems the forest is not very hospitable. Oh, there is a photograph. I'll take that. I'll hang that up in my house. That is the one problem. Monsters don't burn in the daylight. I didn't really think about that. Alright, well let's just keep exploring. You know, I wonder if bears drop leather, perchance. Might be worth a try. No, they don't. Whoops. Sorry. Got a little structure here. There's a shield, but can't use it quite yet. It's cool though, it's like a little shrine. I will say, I feel kind of badly for a lot of non-Java players, because a lot of the comments that I'll get day to day are people asking if you can use these mods on like Pocket Edition or Xbox or something, and it kind of sucks that you can't. You know, like this is all Java exclusive stuff to my knowledge. Just makes me think back in the day when I was a kid, when I was playing on the Xbox 360, and that's all I really knew about Minecraft. But I feel like it would be kind of disheartening to grow up nowadays seeing the potential of what Minecraft can be, and then you know that you're still kind of stuck with just your phone or something like that. Like I remember seeing shaders back in the day, like 2014, 2015, but I didn't really know the extent that it could become. I didn't think that Distant Horizons, for example, would ever become a thing, and I just kind of lived in my own bubble. But now it's really expanded, and it kind of sucks that you're still stuck with more or less the same game. I mean, they've pushed a lot of updates, I guess. There's still content that's been releasing for, you know, Xbox and all that, Bedrock Edition, but I feel like the gap between modded Minecraft and vanilla Minecraft has grown a lot ever since I was a kid, you know, like 10 years ago. Like, there's always been mods, but I feel like the extent that you can mod the game has grown a lot, and the game can be turned into something completely unrecognizable. Like, this is what I'm used to now. I can't really go back, but I just feel like vanilla is so removed from my mindset now that it's weird to think that's what a lot of people play the game on. Well, anyways, I'm still looking for a couple of cows. That's why I'm out here. Need 2 pieces of leather. There's a horse over there. I would take that if I had a saddle, but I don't. Although, actually, horses drop leather. I could just do that. There we go. There's 8 leather. So now we can make our backpack, and I can actually upgrade it a few times already. So we got the basic one, and then we'll get the iron one, and then we'll get the gold one. Perfect. Now I've got way more room to work with. Like, it was straight up painful trying to manage my inventory in Terraria because there were so many new items with all the mods that I had installed, and playing the game without an additional inventory with Minecraft and Terraria is just, it's almost impossible for me. I mean, it's not that hard, but it's like, I'm the kind of player that loves to explore and not have to worry about dumping off my stuff at my sorting system every 10 minutes, and it's kind of nice to just live out of a backpack for a while. Oh yeah, I need to grow these grapes, by the way. Make some wine later. Only dabbled in that a little bit in the last video, but there's different grape variants. Looks like I've hit the coast down here. I could probably do some sailing, actually. There might be some good ocean loot. That's where I found a lot of accessories before. There's like floating shipwrecks and sunken boats and stuff like that. Ruins. I'm also not overly attached to that base I made. There's not like a ton of really important loot, so if I find a cooler spot, I'm down for that. Look at this. Like some sort of overhanged cliff. That's cool. Alright, let's sleep on the riverbank for the night. Wait, are those elephants up there? Do you see that? Yeah, wait, straight up. Wow, look at that. Oh, they're so cute. That's cool. They keep glowing, by the way. I think that's a bug with my shaders. Okay, here we go, though. Here's a ruined portal. I think there might be some good loot out on the ocean. Only problem is every single time you open one of these chests, yeah, cursed armor's gotta spawn. How exciting. I wish it was like a 50% chance at least. It's like literally every time, and it's so boring to fight them. Alright, let's see. We got some obsidian. We got a golden claymore. Wow. Got a lot of gold tools, actually. This is not a bad haul. Wait, Curse of Slippery? What? Makes the item occasionally drop out of your hand? Oh my god, that sucks. Alright, well, not too bad. I think I see some ruins up ahead. Yeah, here we go. Like a little camp. That's cool. Oh, I bet this is a vagabond. Come here, dude. Yeah, it is. These guys have such bizarre trades, and it's not like it really does anything for you. I don't think you can rank these guys up much. I think this is just what they always trade. It's just kind of strange stuff. Got a power 3 composite longbow. Wow, that sounds good. Alright, well, not a bad haul. Not too bad. It is interesting though, when I stand on this island, all of the rain and fog disappears. Maybe it's like a different biome or something, but I can actually see pretty far. There's a village over there. There's some giraffes there as well. There's an acacia village there, but I think there's a lot of loot out there on the ocean. I think I even see a pirate ship in the distance. Maybe I'll go pretty far. I want to find some accessories, like I said. You know, I will say part of why I wanted to go exploring was I wanted something kind of mindless to do while I chat. Because I haven't done that much in my videos lately. I've kind of neglected that side of my channel. Because frankly, it's what I built the channel off of, doing talks about life while I play Minecraft, and I haven't done it as much. As of right now, life has been kind of challenging for me and my girlfriend. Just a lot going on with moving and thinking about where we want to move and career changes and all of that. And I was just thinking, like, man, it's kind of bullshit to be an adult sometimes. Like, life is a lot more complicated than you probably think it's going to be. But like back in high school, when I had just a simple job, like landscaping job, and I would make like $200 a week, and I wasn't really thinking about where I was going career-wise, or like I thought I was going to go to college, but that was basically it. Didn't have any overarching big life goals, and it's a simpler time, and in a way I kind of miss it. It's kind of nostalgic to think about that time of my life, and now it's like, where are you going to move, and what job are you going to get, and how are you going to move your stuff there, and you know, when are you going to get married, when are you going to have kids, and it's just kind of a lot. And I think a lot of it is imposed by other people, whether they want to admit it or not. People just want to know like what your life plans are, what you're up to, and it kind of feeds off of you, because at the end of the day, I feel like you can have more agency over your life than people really, than you probably think you do. I work a lot, and I've pulled back my work a bit recently. Like I used to work on the weekends and just absolutely grinding on YouTube, like 70-hour weeks every week. And that's just too much. And so I've pulled that back, and I've probably taken like 2 to 3 day weekends with my girlfriend, and we spend a lot of time together now, and it's been really nice. And in a way, I feel like if you are privileged enough to design your life in a way where you can take more breaks, you should. Or like, you shouldn't overcomplicate your life and do all like the adult things that people say you have to do at a certain age, you know, just because someone tells you to do it. It's not like anything is mandatory. We're just thinking about moving really far away and having a big change and a big adventure because it sounds exciting to us, not because I feel like I am societally obligated to do so. But life is complicated, man. It really is. And it doesn't really get any less complicated unless you are intentional about it, you know? If you just coast through your 20s and into your 30s, I feel like you probably just find yourself naturally settling down and having children and complicating your life in that regard. And it's not that it's bad necessarily, but it's just very easy to feel like you're trapped, you know, or like that you have to do your life in a certain way because that's what everyone else does, when you don't really. Like, I've thought it'd be really nice to take summers off because I kind of missed that when I was a high schooler. And, you know, like, my girlfriend is thinking about working in a school eventually, and teachers get summers off usually, I think, and that just sounds kind of nice, you know, to not be like constantly thinking like, what's my next plan gonna be, working all the time every day, you know? Just too much. I feel like you need some breaks from time to time. Like, I was saying to my mom yesterday, I wish there wasn't so much pressure to have children at such a young age, you know? Like, I'm only 23, I'll be turning 24 this year, and it feels like, man, am I gonna have a kid in 5 years? That sounds so soon, you know? And I don't know if I really want that yet. That's like kind of what you do as an adult, or what you're told to do as an adult, at least. Maybe I'm just being naive, and, you know, some 35-year-olds watching will be like, oh, you know, that's just how life goes, but life sucks sometimes, man. Oh, I got an accessory. Check this out. Swim speed. Okay, I'll take that. That'll be useful right now. I guess I'm just a little bit resentful of the reality that we find ourselves in as the younger generation, because I think a lot back to what it was like for my grandparents entering... Jeez, bro. Oh my god, these waves. What it was like entering the workforce at our age, you know? I think my grandma said that when she was my age, roughly, like 24, she had 3 children. They had 150 acres of land, and they bought it for $9,000 when my grandpa at the time was making like $22,000 a year as a professor. And I think I looked it up, like what that investment would be equivalent to today, and it was like several $1,000,000, and they bought it for $9,000, you know? And I guess I'm just like a little bit bitter about like how much more difficult it is now to be a young person, or like how difficult it is to get a start on life than it used to be. You know, it used to be so much easier, and I guess there's just so much pressure nowadays to have a certain career and, you know, get your financial goals in order, and it's just not that simple anymore, you know? Like, for my area where I live, the average home is about like $500,000 a year, and so if I was to do the same ratio of how much it cost my grandma to buy her house at her age on their salary, you'd have to be making like 900 grand a year today to afford the same lifestyle. But obviously that's not possible. My first job was like 48 grand a year, not 900 grand. And it just feels like it's so difficult to be a young adult these days, at least financially. But I'm sure everyone will say like the grass is greener, and, you know, everyone has something to complain about. But I don't know, it just feels like life is really difficult nowadays. And I put a tremendous amount of pressure on myself, I know I do, to hit certain targets and to be retired and be secure and be stable. But it just feels like the cards are not stacked in our favor at all, man. I just feel like it's a very fine line between having a victim mentality and just being like, oh, life is terrible, it's never going to get better, and also like picking yourself up and just like working hard, you know? It's a very, very fine line, and it's hard to know where you are in that area. Like, I like to think that I know I can do it, and, you know, there's people out there that have been able to make something of themselves even in this difficult time, but there's days where you still kind of doubt yourself, you know, and you're like, I don't know if I really can succeed, or if I really can own a home, or I can figure out what my career is going to look like, you know? I guess it's just something that you have to figure out on your own. It's not like there can ever be a class in high school that prepares you for how difficult life is going to be. And it's not like it's like difficult in the sense that I know it's been more difficult when, you know, influenza broke out in Europe, or like when the bubonic plague happened. Like, I know there's been very difficult times, but it's like every time period comes with its own set of challenges, obviously. It's kind of like how, of course, there's people doing worse than you, people that have almost no money living in poverty in India. Like, of course it can be worse, but it doesn't invalidate the fact that life can still be difficult, and that it can still be very confusing and very overwhelming to figure out where your place is in the greater world today. Like, I feel like I've got a decent sense of what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, but there's still days where you kind of question yourself and you still wonder, like, is this really what I want to be doing, or am I really going to be able to figure it out, you know? And it's a lot sometimes, and there's no solution. I'm not going to offer you any sort of solution. I'm just acknowledging that it's difficult, you know? And like, maybe some people that watch my videos think that like, oh, you're a YouTuber and you've got like several 100K subs and you're doing this full time, you must have like the dream life, you've got it all figured out. And it's like, you never really figure it out, you know? Like, I could have all the money in the world and still probably feel this way. I feel like it's just finding your inner peace, or, you know, figuring out what you want to do with your life in a fulfilling way. Like, it's not like any sort of status is going to make that come sooner, I feel. But that's just kind of what life is all about, I feel like, and you just kind of have to learn to accept and cope with it. And I was kind of thinking about an analogy to explain it to myself better about Minecraft, and how a lot of the time it's actually very engaging and very enjoyable when you're actively going through the bad parts, or when you're like grinding, or when you're, you know, building up your base and getting your gear. But once you've actually obtained all of that, you kind of are like, okay, now what? I don't think it's really that different in life, you know? There's gonna come a point where you will have eventually figured it out, or you feel like you've gotten to a point of success. But I don't think you're ever gonna get rid of that feeling of, okay, well, now what is my life gonna be, you know? I mean, I'm probably more like that on average. Like, I just think about the future a lot, but I do feel like it's not something that you ever really want to get rid of, because it's kind of part of the human condition to think about the future. Like NBA players, when they win the championship, the next day they're like, now what? You know, there's always some other question. Like, when it comes to Minecraft, I always have the most fun when I'm in the progression stage and working towards the goal. But once I've gotten all of my netherite, it's over, you know? And I want to do something else, or I want to start over, or I want to find some other thing to do. I mean, it's really not that different from the journey versus the destination thing, when people say enjoy the journey. It's just the same thing. And I guess that's the difference, is that Minecraft and games and progressing through the games that we play is a lot more fun than life a lot of the time, and it's much more straightforward. But at the end of the day, the concept is the same. You are progressing through something and you're working towards a goal. The only difference is that life is just a lot more ambiguous and vague, and you don't always know where to go. I guess it's kind of like, if you want to compare it to Minecraft, it's like you're just strip mining forever, looking for the diamond or the cave, and you're not finding anything. And sometimes you can go through life for 10 years or something and still not find the diamonds you're looking for, but eventually you probably will find them. The only problem is you just don't know where to look a lot of the time. And games give you this false sense that the direction is very obvious and you know exactly what to do every time, and the progression is very simple and understandable. And life just isn't that way. Progressing through life is a lot more complicated than we want it to be, but I don't think it's really that different from any sort of game. I mean, I don't really have a solution. Like I said, this is more just thoughts out loud, but I do feel like it might be nice to hear that no one is going to be able to really know what to do in life, and that pretty much everyone, no matter how successful they look, is struggling in some way, and that no one has it figured out. And really no one is ever going to figure it out, as much as people want to believe that. Finding the meaning of life and figuring out every single day what you should be doing. No one ever is going to be that way. You're always going to have doubts, and they come and go, and that's just part of the human experience. Like, I think a lot about how I've been in a bit of a rut the past 4 months with my channel, and I haven't been as motivated to work on videos, and I've seen my income decline. And I know that it's cyclical. I know that eventually I will get back to a place of really being motivated and locked in. But it's just unrealistic to expect that every day you're going to wake up feeling the exact same way, because you're not. Like, you're going to have periods of your life that are very up and down, and that's just how it goes. But yeah, I hope you don't feel too discouraged by that chat. It's really supposed to be just acknowledging that life is difficult sometimes. Ooh, look at this loot, by the way. It's just that no one has it figured out, and that it's okay to struggle a little bit. And I guess I didn't really touch on it much during that chat, but it's all in the same vein. I was thinking about friendships a lot and how they change, like how your friends are going in different directions than you, and how maybe you have a certain idea of what your friendship has been, because maybe you've known someone since you were in like elementary school, and now you guys are like 24, graduated from college, and it's very different. I've just been thinking, not about anything in particular, but just that it's okay to accept that maybe you're not going to be friends with someone or be as close with someone as you used to be, because it's just very hard to expect that the friends that you had when you were a kid are going to progress through life at the same rate that you will, because it's really not realistic. Like, I've thought a lot about my friend group, what I imagine my friends to look like, and my relationship to them as the years go on, and I hadn't really reflected on the fact that the last time that I was really seeing them every day in that level of closeness was high school. You know, when I was a senior in high school, and that was 6 years ago now, almost. And I'm a very different person than I was 6 years ago. And so it's just it's a lot of naivety, I think, to believe that your friends are going to be going through life at the same pace that you are, you know? Ooh, running shoes. Look at this, by the way. Increases the wearer's movement speed while sprinting. I'll take that. That's what I'm looking for. I want to have some more accessories. But yeah, so with me, I've thought about how I'm living with my girlfriend now. And we're living in the same city. And we're thinking about where we want to move next. And we're thinking about our future lot. And my career is super different from my other friends in that I'm running essentially a business on my own, like a solo business. And I'm not working at a company anymore. And so that's a natural point of division. And so when you're living across the country from each other, it's hard to stay at the same level of closeness that you used to be, you know? And so my point is to not feel like it's your fault if a friendship changes over the years, because it's just kind of the natural course of things. I feel like it's exceedingly rare that you're going to have a friend that you will be friends with for life, unless you end up doing the same thing that they're doing or living a similar lifestyle as them. But like if you suddenly decide that you want to go live, you know, across the planet, you know, if you want to move to like Australia and all your friends are from America, like you're just not going to maintain the same friendship, you know? It's going to change. Maybe it's not going to fall apart, but it's going to change no matter what. Like my relationship with my girlfriend changed a lot when I moved in with her, and for the better. Like I very much enjoy where things are at, but it's just naive to expect that you're going to have the same type of relationship or friendship forever. It's just not going to happen at all. My relationship with my girlfriend is very different than it was back when we were 15 and 16 in high school, you know? Like it's just not, it changes, and it's not your fault if you stop being friends with someone because they are a different person now or you're a different person. Most often I feel like it's a case of maturity differences, and you feel like either you've outgrown someone or you feel like someone is calling you out because you haven't grown up enough and they can't really expect to be friends with you anymore. I definitely felt that a lot in high school when I was transitioning away from my friends that I knew since I was literally 5, and how, you know, we're just different people now. Like you grow up and you become a different person. You become an adult, and it's not going to stay the same forever. Point is, just don't be hard on yourself if you find that friendships fizzle away or change. You know, I think it's normal to expect that to happen. But yeah, that's more or less what I think I want to talk about. Just transitioning to adulthood and how that can be very challenging. But to just keep your chin up, because I know it's tough for everyone. No one's got it easy out there, really. I mean, some people have it easy, you know, financially at least. But everyone's got their own mental problems, their own struggles. It's not like anyone has a perfect life. But anyways, I did upgrade my backpack, as you probably just saw, so now we got some more room. Might just loot this boat, and then we'll start heading back. But like I said, though, I'm not really that attached to my base, and I'm pretty far from it at this point, so I wouldn't mind finding another place to settle down. Ooh, look at this. This is a really good one. Adventurer's Kit. So this makes your loot better the farther you are from spawn. Or not spawn, from your home, like from your bed. So I'll put that in this slot. So now if I loot a chest, theoretically the loot should be more bountiful, I guess. Yeah, like that feels like a lot of loot in this chest. It feels substantially better. Alright, well I won't really loot this fleet. I don't really need the loot here anymore. I'm already kind of maxed out. I've really been looking for kind of a moody forest, like a redwood forest, or just something to suit the rainy aesthetic, you know? This is a little bit more tropical that I'm hoping for. Well, the problem is I just cannot see a single thing. The fog from the rain is so bad. I guess that's part of the challenge, though, of having 117 days of rain. Can't see a whole lot. Oh, look how quick I am. That must be from the boot accessory I equipped. That is really nice, actually. Oh, wait, and I automatically step up blocks, too. Look at that. That's so nice. Alright, well, like I said, this is a little bit more tropical than I'm hoping for. I want to find like a moody forest. I honestly wouldn't mind just abandoning that house. It's not honestly that... I'm not emotionally invested in that place at all. I mean, the village was cool, that jeweler thing was cool, but I'm sure I could find another village, another, you know, jeweling station and get my own NPC like that. It's not a big deal. Let's just explore. That's what I do best anyways. I just love to explore in Minecraft. Oh, I want to run this idea by you guys, by the way. I'm doing this 117 days in the rain thing right now, right? But I know that a lot of people have voiced, not concern as much as just like complaint, that quite literally every video I do is a fresh start, technically, where it's a brand new world. Basically no loot at all, and I'm starting fresh. And I know that it gets repetitive. I know that it gets boring. It gets boring for me, if I'm being honest, and I would like to have a little bit more depth to a world. I just have yet to figure out how to do it in a way where episodes don't flop, you know? Because every time that I've tried to do that, oh my god, look at this cave, by the way. Holy crap. That is a scar in the world. It's just every time I've tried to do an episodic format, it always tapers off very quickly, and it's not that productive, and I find that one-off fresh start videos do really well, usually. But I was thinking, given that I've got the seasons mod installed, Fabric Seasons, where it goes from spring, summer, fall, and winter, I could maybe do 117 days in each season, you know? And so, like, for a total of, what, like 500 days or something like that? But each video is its own 117-day video, and they're kind of, like, loosely connected. Like when you watch a movie, and it's like the sequel, but you didn't really have to watch the last movie to know what's going on, kind of a thing. And that might be a way to at least start, like, that would be 4 videos in one world. Maybe that'd be kind of fun to do. I need to find a way to not make it a brand new start every time, because it is getting a little bit boring, just for me, for filming. But I know you guys want to see a more long-term thing anyways. And I mean, I know there's lots of creators out there that do it this way. Like, I know Fwip, he's been doing the same world for a long time. You know, his forever world, so to speak, and it's been all done in the same spot for years, and or like Ethos does that, and I know it works. It's just like the packaging. I have to find a way to get like a good title and a thumbnail that doesn't feel like, hey guys, welcome back to episode 46 of my survival series. In this video, we're doing this. Like that's never gonna work. I think there is a way to do it. Oh shoot, look at that, by the way. I've looted those before. It's like a villager thing, or pillager thing rather. Yeah, let me know what you think about that. I think I might do that soon. Like a seasonal video. This is really pretty, by the way. It's like a flower forest. I don't know if I'd want to settle here, but it's nice to walk through. And I guess one other thing, part of why I've been wanting to do it that way, of having one world that I'm in for at least just a little bit more time, is so I don't have to do level Z every single time from scratch. Like, it's such an accomplishment to beat the entire thing. I've only ever beaten it once, so we get to level 240, and you get all the skill points. And it just kind of sucks to then be like, okay, well now we're going to wipe all of that. We're going to start fresh once again. It's just... like, I just did all this, you know? It'd be nice to just, like, get netherite and then also enjoy it. But at the same time, I know I was just talking earlier about how a lot of the time the destination isn't as enjoyable as the journey, and it's kind of fun to build up your character over time. And I know that's true, but there's some sort of balance you can strike in there, I think. What is that over there? Like an arch of some sort. Oh, it was just 2 trees that hadn't rendered. That's funny. It's like the Martian face that was found on the moon. We've been doing a Vsauce binge recently, and he talked about that, how there was like a thing that looked like a face on the moon, and then they got a higher resolution picture of it later and realized it was just nothing. It's like that. I've been watching so much Vsauce lately, man. Such timeless content. Oh, are these lions? Oh god. I don't know if they're hostile or not. Are they? No, they're chilling. Okay, they're fine, they're fine. There's a bed down there. What? Should I go check that out? I know beds can reduce fall damage, but like that seems a little bit ballsy. Let me go down a little bit. Oh my god, I almost fell off that. Okay. Got a little campsite down here. This is cool. Oh wow, we got a lot of gold. I guess I'll take this anvil as well. That's worth quite a bit of iron. Hey, come back here, you. Still looking for the spot. Haven't found it yet. You cannot tell me that's a lizard, bro. That looks nothing like a lizard. That's a platypus. Oh, what is this? I mean, this is a pretty incredible view. Look at this. Nice big lake down there. Wasn't really anticipating settling in the jungle, but this could work. Oh, it stopped raining. That wasn't supposed to happen. Jeez, what a view, bro. My god, it almost makes me want to not go back to the rain, but that's part of the challenge, so I gotta just do it. Also, wait, what? There's a cat right there. How did he get up there? What? Just chilling there. Maybe I'll have to rescue him. I think I have some fish. Yeah, I've got 2 raw salmon. That might not be enough, though. I've got cooked cod, but that's not gonna work. Alright, relax, relax. Oh, I gave him both of them? That sucks. Okay. Let me just make a name tag so he can't despawn. Alright, let's call him Chester. There he is. Hopefully he'll stay up there. But yeah, I gotta say, this is a really pretty view, even when it's raining. And I wasn't planning on settling in the jungle, but maybe I'll do this. I don't know if I've ever actually settled in the jungle before. It might be a nice change of pace. I'm thinking I'm gonna clear a big chunk of this, not coast, but you know what I mean, like the edge of this cliff here, and we'll put a nice house with a big porch on it. Just gotta be careful not to chop that tree down up there, because that's where Chester is. You can see him up there. Oh, what on earth? Alright, here's the house. It's kind of messy, but I like it. I did not think this one through very well, but let me give you a tour. So we've got the front porch. Nice big open porch, right? We have a nice open living room for maybe a kitchen and storage. We have a couple of different balconies. Really beautiful view. And then we have the upstairs where the bedroom is. So overall, it's very like open to the air living. A lot of fences, a lot of trapdoors, but I think this will be much better than that shit stain of a house that I made at the beginning of the video. I think this is going to be a lot nicer. Oh! Jeez. Good morning. Alright, are we clear? I think that's the one downside I'm going to have to deal with living in the jungle, so it's very dark and monsters can spawn. I think I want to spend today clearing out some more spots for a farm. Ooh. Not again. I just got some cinnamon sticks from that tree. Oh, you can make a cinnamon sapling, like a cinnamon tree, and sweet potato salad. That's cool. I think the nature of the biome that I've picked here would be a good video to do a lot of farming and food related things, like Farmer's Delight. Like not really care as much about the mining and smithing and all that stuff, just more like chill, hanging out in the rain, making food. Is that Chester over there? I don't know if this tree is safe to chop down yet. Nope. Oh man, see, it's so annoying dealing with this stuff in the jungle like this. And I'm out of arrows, so I can't really fight them yet. Maybe instead of clearing out the jungle, I should try to find some villagers, bring them back here, and trade up some arrows again, because I didn't really think about the fact that I don't have the village anymore. I mean, there's that birch village over there in the corner, in the upper left. That might be the closest one. Alright, here we are. So it's actually a vanilla village, it seems, but this'll do. Let's just grab a few clearances. Wait till nighttime, see if he sleeps there. What is this stuff, by the way? Oh, these are grapes. Oh. Oh, look at that. They grow on the wall. Okay. Alright, well this is not a great sign. It is nighttime and he's still not sleeping. What's the problem, my guy? Why are you not... Okay, there we go. He was just stuck. Okay. Fair enough. I guess if they're to live up here, this needs to be a little bit taller then. I'm thinking I'll probably just have 2 villagers. I don't even really need them to make more. I just want a Fletcher and I want a toolsmith so that I can just get some basic quality of life things like arrows and iron axes and stuff, but I don't really want to rely on it too much. I've done so much trading in my previous videos. I've done like 5-6 hours of stick trading. It's not really the focus for this experience. I just want, like I said, I want to just do farming and relaxing in the rain. I think my record was like 300,000 sticks, something like that I traded in one playthrough for one world. And that was too much. That was too much. I gotta say, that step up with my boots is so nice. It's almost like I've got a horse. I don't have to think as much. I do want to get more villagers though down the road, because I still want to get that jeweler guy, see what else he would sell at the higher tiers. I think there's a wizard or something like that in this house. Here we go. Yeah, wizard merchant. He sells runes and things like that. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I still don't really know how it works. What is this building, by the way? Oh, is this another jeweler? Oh yeah, check it out. Okay, there's one here too. Well, I could just come over here and trade with him then. I don't really need to bring him back to my house. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I prefer the idea of trading with an actual village instead of making your own trading hall and it's super ugly and maximum efficiency. I would prefer to make a pathway and just come here and trade my wares. It's not that far, honestly. It's just up the hill. There we go. 2 villagers. So I'm going to make one of them a Fletcher and one of them a toolsmith. Alright, so now I've got a renewable source of tools from my villagers, so I'm going to start clearing out more of those trees for the farms I was talking about. Just very, very dense, and it's honestly kind of a liability to have this many trees with the mobs spawning. So we'll just clear it out, we'll flatten it down, and then we'll put some farms on it. Wait, it doesn't even take knockback, what? Oh, what? I've never seen a baby zombie villager before. I had no idea that was even possible. Oh my god, that's actually the first time I've ever seen that. Wow, must be pretty rare. Oh, nope. Get inside, get inside, get inside. I am so not equipped for this, dude. Unless, well, if I get a bow. If this is the first time you see one of my videos, this is the undead army. It spawns from time to time. It's kind of like the goblin army from Terraria where they invade your base, so... I'll probably play pretty safe here. I just don't really have any armor yet. Not good at armor, at least. Just gotta be careful of the skeletons. There's one lurking over there. There he is. I'm not really sure where the rest of the army is. They're not really invading me. I think I would have to go into the jungle and then seek them out, but I'm not trying to get jumped. Maybe I'll just leave them be for now. Oh, I just got a discount voucher. Wow, a really good one at that. Holy crap, this one's good. Okay, so how this works is it's like the other trinkets I've got. It gives you a discount when trading, but this one has such a high efficiency bonus. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen plus 54% before. That's almost as good as it gets. I think the efficiency bonus, all it does is it just makes the overall bonus better. So if you have like a negative efficiency bonus, your buff is going to be a little bit worse than it could be. So this is almost as good as it gets. So I get an almost 18.5% discount when I trade. Wow. Let me go test that out, actually. So right now, okay, it's inflated. It's 56 sticks for 1 emerald right now. But if I equip this, now it's 50. But normally it should be 32 sticks, so I bet it would be, you know, more like 25 sticks for 1 emerald, which is a pretty big discount, I gotta say. And then the more points I put into my trading skill here, the more discount I'll get as well, so I can stack these buffs pretty easily. Alright, that's great. Oh yeah, look, wait, there they are. After you haven't found them for a while, they start to get highlighted like that. Okay. But yeah, every point that you put into trade, you get a 1% discount. So when I've stacked this with a discount voucher, I've probably gotten the stick trade down to like 20 sticks for 1 emerald, which is a pretty big discount. Alright, well, that's great. So let's go deal with these guys now. Looks like they're in the tree up there. God, they're really starting to come in now. Jeez. Get inside, Chester. Get inside. I still need to tame him. He's still running around all wild. Maybe I could make a little sniper's nest right here. This could be good. Okay. Yeah, but like, what if I did this? So we can open up a little window. Shoot arrows out of it. Is he getting blown in the wind? That was crazy. Oh my god, there's just so many of them. Like a whole little squadron right here. Jeez. Okay, let's get inside. Okay, that was the last guy of wave 1. So now there's wave 2. Oh my god, this guy has like a wood log as a shield. It's like half the battle of fighting the undead army is just finding where they are. Oh, there's one. They're just so hard to find sometimes. They're always hiding in the trees. Oh wait, that skeleton that had the wood shield dropped a sword and it was legendary with no durability loss. I should hold on to this. That's a relic right there. I should name it when I can. I can't use the anvil until like level 10 smithing, I think, but I'll hold on to this. I'll have to name that something cool later. Like Mr. Bones Poke Stick or something like that. I kind of want to keep this giant tree right here. It could be like a standalone tree and we'll call it Chester's tree. That's where I found him. I hope he doesn't run away. I did give him a name tag, so... Yeah, there he is. There's Chester. We'll keep that tree as a memento for that moment in the video. I always love that, building out worlds with just a little bit of lore. Nothing too in-depth, but just things to remember it by and things that made it unique. Like that bone sword over there. Gotta rename that later. Okay, there's the rest of the army. They're all in the trees again. Once again, they're gonna jump on my head. That's a charge creeper. Not today. No. No, sir. No, sir. Had enough of those things. Man, it is hard to fight these guys in the jungle. It's tough. George, not now. Oh my god, my cat is actually gonna get me killed. He literally just jumped in my lap. God. He was in on it. Oh my god, bro. I'll feed you in 20 minutes, man. Alright, come on down. Yeah, nice job. Okay, here's wave 3. I think this is the last wave. Whoa, look at this guy. He's got shoulder pads. Whoa, look at this helmet. Hope he drops it. Oh. Oh. Trying to sneak up on me. There's the tank. Oh my god, he does a lot of damage, actually. Kind of has a tiny face for his head, I will say. There we go. Okay, there's the last few guys. There we go, finally. Alright, let me go inspect the treasure bag. Let's see, we got, yes, finally. Dude, I have fought the undead army like 4 times, and I never have gotten the soul jar until now. It's taken me so many attempts. This item gives you buffs if you hold it in your offhand, so this one's okay. I mean, well, actually, it's pretty good. Move speed and mind speed, that's not too bad. Yeah, so now when I sprint, I'm really quick. Look at that. But I'm going to sort out my loot, and then we can probably turn back to the farming. That was a little bit chaotic. Do something more relaxing now. Alright, well I've done probably about a week of farming and building pathways. Let me show you what I've gotten done. So we got a nice greenhouse out here. It's kind of like semi-open with these little trapdoor things, and it'll be more than enough potatoes to sustain me. I built some paths going out that way. It doesn't really hook up to anything yet, but it's out there. This actually goes all the way to the village over there in the forest, so if I want to go trade, I can do that. And then I wouldn't really call this a mine shaft. It just goes literally right here, but this will be the start of where I do my mining. But yeah, that took me about a week, so I want to do something different now. I want to maybe do some exploration. It's really gross and thundering out, but, you know, that's the nature of this challenge, so I just gotta deal with it. I might go down to the water down there and explore the valley, or whatever it is. There's a really big open expanse that way, and I want to check out what I can find. What? Oh my god. God, these waves are crazy. It's not even an ocean, just like a basic river. I spotted these trees from up on my house. Are these like... They must be in the water, right? Like mangrove trees, but it's jungle at the same time. That's cool. You could build some sort of tree house up in there and then it's on water. That'd be really aesthetic. Oh, there's something over there. I think that's a village. Yeah, it definitely is. I've seen those before. They're like Mediterranean villages, and I think the villagers have mustaches. Oh, hello. There's all these like these roving squadrons of zombies and skeletons that pop out of nowhere. I do so much damage now. I've ranked up a ton of points in strength with level Z, so I can two-shot most zombies now. Yeah, I've got 14 points in strength, so I do like 9 damage per hit now, I think. Yeah, look at that, 9. And I think the base damage of a diamond sword is 7. So, this thing is pretty strong now. See, look, another squadron out of nowhere. There's like 5 or 6 of them that just pop out of the ground. It's crazy. Yeah, so I think these guys have mustaches. Oh, I thought these guys had mustaches. Maybe not. Maybe it's a different type of village. Oh, yeah, look, I just destroyed the lecterns. Now they have mustaches. Okay. Maybe the profession skin overrides the mustache skin. Oh, I should have equipped my adventurer's kit. The accessory that makes loot better as you get further from your house. That's too bad. I mean, maybe I'll find another one for all I know, but that would be a nice thing to have equipped right now. I'm not really looking for anything in particular, just more accessories, I guess. I would love to get a cloud in a bottle. I got that in my last video, and it allows you to double jump, and that's just, like, it's so useful. You know it's useful. You can break your fall if you fall like 50 blocks. You just like double jump and then stop the fall damage. It's just really convenient to have. I don't remember where I got it though. Maybe it was like a pillager outpost, but it was like a custom one, I think, so they're kind of hard to find. Looks like there's another village over there. Check that out. Any place that's got a chest should have a chance of giving me an accessory. Whoa. Oh my god. I think lightning just struck the chapel. Wow, a lot of bookcases. I'll definitely take these. This must be the profession station for the wizard, right? And he sells runes. I wish I had brought some emeralds with me. I should have done that. Oh. Oh yeah, I just got the advancement because the lightning struck that. That's cool. Maybe I'll take this, and inevitably when I add my own villagers to my house, we can get our own wizard. It'd just be so nice to have. Oh, there's a wizard hat. Let me take this. Oh my god, that's perfect. Look at that. Look at my drip, dude. That's so goofy, but I like it. Yeah, Stanley, get him. Alright, well, let's keep this train rolling. God, that hat is so silly. It's kind of hard to spot stuff from a distance when it's raining this hard, but looks like the fog has cleared up a little bit. Some sort of mound out that way, like a plateau. Go see what that's about. Oh yeah, that's right. When you enter this special acacia biome, the rain, it doesn't stop. Well, I guess it does stop in the biome, but the fog itself completely lifts, which is actually really nice for being able to spot stuff. Like, it's still raining, technically, but I don't think it rains in the acacia biome, so you can kind of use that to your advantage. Whoa, there's rhinos? Oh, that's sick. Do they do damage? Wait, yes. Destroy him. Hey, I'm watching National Geographic right now, right? That was cool. Okay. Oh wait, the fog has kind of come back. Am I entering a new biome? Yeah, this is such a cool hill, dude. This would be a perfect base location. An amazing view. It's like the perfect size to have a little contained base that's on a hill. I don't know what's up with the terrain generation in this world. I've never seen it like this before. There's like these raised up plateaus, but I like it a lot. You can just see for miles. What an expanse. I know it's Distant Horizons doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but still, that's a great spot. It's part of why I want to do that seasons thing, where I've got at least 4 videos in one world. Because it's just kind of nice to develop a world. I know I made that anti-forever world video, where the whole thesis was like, okay, let's just do one world, make it super long, and then that's it. But I can see the appeal of why you'd want to keep coming back. There's just so much potential with your worlds, and you kind of sell yourself short if you only try to do it once. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a video that was like 5 hours long, and I committed once to one world, built a ton of stuff, and then I deleted it afterwards. And it was a cool concept, but, you know, I don't want to be like, okay, that's how I'm going to do every world going forward. Like, I can see why you would want to keep coming back to the same world. And you can change your mind about certain topics. You don't have to have the same stance forever. You know, if you want to ebb and flow as humans do, and you change your opinion or change your mind, that's cool, you know? Like, I might do a few videos in one world, and doesn't have to invalidate what I've done in the past where I just did the anti-forever world. There's a time and a place for each thing, I think. Oh, there's some tomatoes here. We'll take that. Whoa. What on earth? We got Testicle Cavern here. I mean, what? Got another village over here. I think I might have even spotted a woodland mansion on the horizon. I thought I saw like the faintest silhouette straight ahead. Some sort of rectangle shape, and I think that's a dark forest. I don't really know if I'm ready for that though. Last time I did a woodland mansion, it was pretty tough. Like, I could probably get 2-shot by Vindicator, so just something to think about. But I probably won't do that quite yet. Oh, we got another mustached village, but I'm not honestly finding that much. I think the best place, like I said before, is to go to the ocean. There's just not that much loot in the actual forests and hills and stuff. There's just a ton of it out in the ocean. 40 seconds? Oh wait, I have 2 hearts? Okay. That was actually really bad. Oh man, I kind of forgot it's hardcore. I gotta be more careful than that. Here, we'll get on the water. It's much safer to be out here. Oh, that's the same water outpost as last time. Okay, so I actually might be heading towards the same loot opportunities on the ocean. That's fine. There's tons of stuff to loot out there, so I'm sure I can find something new. Well, I will say the sailing is probably a good opportunity to do yet another chat. It's funny, the last chat I did, I was also sailing. But I was thinking over lunch about another topic about being careful with letting your ambitions consume you. And not really in the sense of like the traditional thing about taking breaks and, you know, don't be so consumed by your work. It's not really about that. It's more like be careful about making decisions that are motivated by your ambitions, or allowing yourself to get tunnel vision over what you're doing with your life, kind of a thing. Because the example that I'm going to tell you that's pretty embarrassing, but I think I've processed it enough at this point to tell you guys. Basically, last fall, I got really into crypto. And it was coming from a place of so desperately wanting to succeed, like I've talked about, and be financially stable. And I had spent too much time looking into the survivorship bias of how there's just a couple guys like the Dogecoin millionaire, like he managed to make like, or could have made like $2 million, and like if he can do it, I can do it. And I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this, but I basically lost a fat chunk of change investing in crypto, about $16,000, which was really, really bad at the time. That was a substantial chunk of my savings. It's good to reflect on like why you did that and what you can learn from such a ridiculous mistake, you know? And it's especially bad because it was around the exact same time that the final tuition bill for my girlfriend's grad school was due, so it was just really bad timing. And, you know, trust me, that conversation did not go over well. But think about the motivation that you have, which in my case was wanting to succeed financially, and then be wary of the decisions that you make in order to achieve that goal. And I guess it's kind of like if you're really into fitness and you get so tunnel visioned that you're thinking like, oh, maybe I should hop on gear so that I can become bigger and girls will like me, or that I can achieve my fitness goals. You know, it's kind of like that, where it's like, are you really willing to risk that much for your goal? Or in my case, was I really willing to risk that much of my savings for like maybe a chance of recovering and making a ton of money? And in my case, it wasn't worth it because I lost all of it. And you know what the worst part of all of that was, by the way? This is just like a random detail. I actually had made money and I chose not to sell it, and that's how I lost all of it. I think I had put in like 7,000 initially, lost all of that. Then I put in another 7,000, turned that into 18,000, and then didn't sell it and lost it. So like I could not have fumbled the bag harder. And it was just it was a lesson that I honestly am glad that I learned, though, rather than down the road, maybe when I had more money to blow, and it would have been worse in the long run, you know? And it's not like that specific lesson has to be learned by everybody, or I mean like it should, but it's not like everyone is going to learn it in that exact way. But I do think that it's something that you just need to reflect on, is like when you have a goal in mind, in my case, financial success, you need to really be careful with yourself in times where you're like, oh, maybe I'm going a little bit too far to achieve this, or maybe I'm sticking my neck out too far and doing things that are foolish because I'm just so desperate to achieve that. And it's like, I remember that my girlfriend was very upset when I told her this. Obviously, like, your spouse would do such a stupid thing and you would think you could trust them with the money, and they do something like that. And I remember feeling very terrible about it, but also thinking in the back of my mind of like, well, why did I do it in the first place? And it was probably born from a place of wanting, you know, have success and then show her that and prove her that. And it was coming from a place of like immense insecurity almost, you know? Like I wanted to show her that I could be a provider and be stable and successful, but I did it in such a stupid, risky way that did not pay off. And, you know, like my goals and my actions were very misaligned, is my point. And so if you have any sort of goal that you're very desperate to achieve, I would really think about whether or not you've been going too far to achieve it. And I feel like the next best example I can think of probably is fitness, because so many guys are willing to risk their health for maybe a chance of success. And even so, success might mean different things to different people. And maybe someone would be content with only living to 30 years old if it means they can be the next Mr. Olympia, you know? And it's crazy talk, but some people think that way. And in my case, I was willing to risk a huge portion of my savings for maybe a chance at success. And looking back on it, I'm glad that I did it so that I taught myself to never do it again. And if for no other reason, you just want to be honest with your partner, you know, and tell them like, hey, I screwed up. I learned my lesson and it'll never happen again. And it's good to not keep secrets from each other like that. And again, I'm glad that I learned it now instead of maybe down the road when I had like a 401k to blow, or like you take out a mortgage so that you can invest in fart coin on Dex Screener. And I mean, I'm joking, but like I was literally investing in like Jake Paul coin for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. It was just like so stupid. It was so degenerate. I mean, I can believe that I did it because it happened, but like it's just funny to reflect like, God, I was so down the rabbit hole that I really thought that was a good decision. But yeah, I hope you can learn from my mistake. I think it's a comical error, and I told my friends about it and they thought it was funny, but also like good for you for recognizing that that was really stupid. Because some people have genuine gambling addictions and they will go to the ends of the earth to get that dopamine hit, and they will lose everything, and it's really sad to see. And I'm glad that I didn't get to that point, and maybe I have addictive tendencies where I sometimes get tunnel vision like that, and I'm just glad that it didn't get that far, because that would have been a lot worse. But yeah, point being, just take a good look at your goals and just think whether or not you're trying to go about achieving them in a responsible way or not, because I certainly was not. And now I've kind of pivoted to the other extreme, where now I'm just like, okay, I'm not even going to invest any money. I'm just going to save and, you know, limit myself in that regard, not make any risky decisions, because I just need to build up some self-control before I do that again. But yeah, that was that topic. Just the big crypto dolt of 2024. Learned my lesson, that's for sure. I didn't want to tell you guys for a while because frankly I was waiting to tell my girlfriend, but now that she knows, it's kind of like, okay, I can come clean and share the tea, because it was pretty embarrassing in the moment. Well, I'm going to loot this boat here. Let me see if there's any accessories on it. Oh, I should take some raw fish back. I could tame Chester if I get it. I gave him 2 fish, but I just need like 10. That should be plenty. There's a wooden great hammer. Wow, 10.6 damage? Holy crap. It's half the speed of my sword though, so not worth it, but that's pretty cool looking. Got some armor trims though. Take those. I don't know why I was thinking about this, by the way. This is totally unrelated, but I was just thinking about being like a fantasy pirate captain out at sea at night when it's raining and thundering and it's just cozy in the captain's quarters. And it's just kind of nice to be in this environment right here. It's cozy. Have like a little candle as he's taking his, you know, captain's log and writing it out. Just be nice and cozy. Ooh, there's a diamond in this one. That's my first one, I think. Maybe it's not. Ooh, wait, here we go. Here's a couple of accessories. Golden hook. Increases experience dropped by creatures. Okay. And then priest trousers. Those are trousers? That looks like a trash can. There's a labyrinth map. I did this in my silence video. I just uploaded that. They're pretty cool. I mean, it's like a winding labyrinth of different chambers, but I didn't really get any good loot from it. A saddle would be nice, though. Let me equip this hook. So it said the glove slot. That's cool. It shows up like that. So I'll get more XP from monsters. Alright. Didn't say how much, but I feel like it should be a decent buff. Alright, well, let's get out of here. I think that's probably all the accessories I'm going to find. I think I see some spires in the distance. I'm not sure what that is. Are those mountains? I'll have to go check it out. Yeah, I'm just going to do a big exploration trip. I think I have a couple other chats that I want to do, but I have to think about it for a second. What is that right there? Is that an island? Land ho. Oh, it's a boat. Okay. It's a sunken boat. Or, well, capsized boat, more like. Enderman's having a bad day. Oh my god. Get out of here, you bitch. Let's see what we got in here. Looks like the treasure is northwest. Okay. Oh wait, no way. If an Enderman takes enough fire damage, or not fire damage, water damage, they actually will drop a pearl. Or, well, you know what I mean. Ooh, look at all this. We got another diamond. We got an iron claymore. So this is 12.3 damage, 1 attack per second. Versus 9, 1.6. That actually might be worth it. I'll swap that out. Oh wait, a heart of the sea. Oh my god, I'm so glad I got that. Now I can make a conduit. Who the fuck cares? Yeah, look at those things in the distance. Are those mountains? Or, oh wait, that's a creeper. Oh, jeez. Okay, let me try out my new claymore. Yeah, so there are those spires again. I don't know what that is. Are those like a Badlands biome or something? Only one way to find out. Let's go over there. I'm getting pretty far from my base now, but that's fine. I'm just out here exploring. Oh, that's another topic I was going to talk about was, I've only ever like briefly watched clips of 60 Days In. It's a prison show on YouTube. But my girlfriend and I started watching like a legitimate season of it, like full-on episodes. So you get to see more of like what goes on. And if you don't know, it's basically where they have informants, like everyday citizens, act as inmates, and they go into a real jail with real inmates and try to figure out what the issues are with the prison. And you know, it's kind of like a dramatized version of being in jail. And I guess when I was watching it, I was just like, damn, jail sucks. And I know everyone knows that, but it was just kind of weird to to fully watch an episode and to see what it's really like to live there. Like, I know everyone knows that it sucks, but it's really crazy to see an actual jail, you know? I guess I was thinking about it from the perspective of count your blessings and the things you take for granted, you know, like being able to go to the bathroom when you want. And like one of the guys in the show was complaining that they couldn't get water, like clean water from a cup, so they were forced to drink out of the sink that was next to their toilet, and it's like so unsanitary. It's like they don't care at all about your well-being in the jail, man. And some people would argue like, well, you know, they're criminals, why would you? But it's still like crazy to see how different some people's day-to-day routines are. Like some people wake up in jail and they're around like 50 other dudes and that's their life, you know? And it's crazy. It's crazy to think about how different everyone's lives are. And it's almost like hard to watch at times because it's hard to realize like how different people's lives are and how hard people's lives are. And oh, hello. 2 at once? No, 3 at once. Excuse me? Oh my god, I'm going this way. It's just crazy to think about how difficult some people's lives are and how, like, yes, some people make really bad decisions and they end up in jail because of that, but also just how some people's circumstances are not very conducive to legal living or like living a life that's free of crime. You know, like some people are kind of born into that and it sucks to see. Like some people have it really hard and it's kind of naive to expect that some people are just going to break that cycle just because they want to. Like your environment is very much dictates the way you're going to live your life, and it has a big influence in the way that you grow up. And I just feel badly for people that are born into that and then they wind up in jail or they wind up going back to jail. Like one of the guys in the show said he had been to this specific jail 60 times, or that he had been arrested 60 times. Which, like, you know, at a certain point, it's like, okay, bro, take some accountability. But at the same time, it's like a cycle, you know, it's a revolving door. I don't know, it made me think a lot. I like to watch things like that from time to time that remind you of how good you have it and how not to take certain things for granted, like your rights and luxuries that you have in your life. And just remind yourself about how bad some people's lives really are and that things could be worse, kind of a thing, you know? But it's almost like you don't want to watch too much of it because then you get depressed, you know? It's like, it's a sad show to watch. It's sad to watch, but yeah, just made me think a lot and reflect on it. I can't tell what that is right there. Is that a village? There's some different structures, but it looks like a village. Some sort of custom one. Never seen this architecture before. Oh yeah, it's a jungle village. Hello, Clarence. But yeah, I've never seen these houses before. This is cool. Really cool. Just so peaceful, man. Something about the rain and the shaders. Like, I just want to live in this world. But I will say at the same time, I've been getting a little bit bored already of the rain. And it's like, I just want to see the sun for once and see the expanse. And it makes me think a lot because my girlfriend and I are thinking pretty strongly about moving to the Pacific Northwest. And I know it rains there a ton, like 200 days a year or something crazy. And so it's like, can you handle several months in a row of just gray sky? Like, I don't know. We'll see. It's just a consideration we've been making. But it makes you appreciate the sunlight more. Like that one day, like 20 days ago in game where the rain for whatever reason stopped and I was like, holy crap, this is so beautiful. Having too much or too little of a certain thing tends to make you appreciate the opposite of it. Oh, I should try to get a horse. I did get a saddle. Oh wow, this guy's quick. Excellent choice. Wanted to get on top of one of those arches up there. They look cool. Probably should start heading back in the direction of my base. I don't want to get absurdly far from it. What is... Oh, there's like a pillager outpost in the jungle. Look at this. This looks cool. Yeah, let's go loot this. Wow, this looks awesome. Like an upgraded version. Some bunk beds in here. Dude, look at my claymore, by the way. What a imposing sword. Wonder if I landed a crit if it would one-shot an enemy. Ooh, what is this? A power crystal? A crystal of pure energy. Use in an anvil to repair bows. Okay, that's pretty cool. To repair bows. I guess, could you not normally just use sticks? I wonder where the pillagers are. It's kind of quiet here. Alright, come on out. Out you come. There's a bird here. Oh, there's one. Got some iron armor. I can't wear that yet. Got a cauldron. Okay. I feel like I'm just always so let down by pillager outposts. They never have anything super interesting in them. Oh, here they all are. They're on the bottom. Oh, they're like enchanted too. Alright, well anyways, let's try to get on top of that. That looks crazy. Oh! Oh my god. Wow, that was really close. Okay, I just got down to 3 hearts. That almost was the end of the video right there. Jeez, I should not have been... let me get out of here. This is a bad spot to be. I should just be in third person and just not even have that happen again. Oh, there's like an archaeologist tent up here. You see that? That is such a cool spot for this to generate. Yeah, these guys, they sell... I haven't ranked them up, but they sell items related to archaeology. That's cool. Like, what a just cool spot. Tucked into the hill of this little devil's tooth thing. Super cool. Oh, there's a vulture. There's just so many cool things that I don't even know. I don't even know what I've added to the mod pack. I'm discovering it as I go. I'm going to be playing the mod pack with my friends this weekend. I feel like they're going to be just completely shocked because they're used to vanilla. Okay, that was really close. Bro, am I on another planet? What is this fog? Holy crap. I just cannot imagine playing the game without shaders. It just turns it into a completely different experience. Alright, I made it to the top. It's pretty ballsy spot to be, I'll admit. Oh, there's a pyramid down there. You see that? That's cool. I could loot that, but my inventory's really full. I just wanted to explore. Man, I have gone so far. I crossed that entire ocean. I don't think my my house is even in render distance anymore. I've gone that far, and I'm playing on 256 chunks. Alright, well I want to do this in style. I brought a boat to descend, so I'll just put my horse in the boat. Geronimo! Oh my god. Hey, leave me alone. God, the sandstorm. Oh my god, there's so many particles. Okay, well I think my house is roughly this way, so let's head back. There is this pillager tower. I did this in my silence video. I mean, they're kind of risky though. There's like vindicators in them. We could try it. It's like this random pit. I think there's water at the bottom, but I don't know. I don't really trust that. Let's give it a try. Oh, yeah, no. Nope, nope, nope. No, sir. Not today. Yeah, see, that's why I don't do that. That is exactly why I do not do that. Yeah, I'll try to navigate by landmarks. I think that is the crashed shipwreck that I looted earlier, so I know I'm on the right track. There's that fleet as well. Whoa, that was a cool sound. Wow, I'm literally on half a heart. Okay, that's what I get for trying to land on a beach. Jesus. Oh, wait, I'm bleeding. Oh, it was because I was drowning. Oh my god, I literally almost died again. My god. I swear I am on like living on my last legs right now. I'm not locked in enough. I need to pay attention more. Not the most calming ride, I will say. I think this is my jungle. I hope I didn't go the complete wrong direction. Yes, there's the house. Perfect. Alright, that was quite a journey, man. That was really long. Alright, let's go dump off the loot, and then I'll think about what I want to do next. Whoa. Did lightning just strike my house? Oh my god, that's never happened to me before. It gave me quite a fright. Well, let's remember that spot. Put a chest there in the meantime. Alright, I'm gonna try to give this fish to Chester. I've got 4 of them, so that might be enough this time. There he is. Come here, buddy. What? You ate all 4 of them and you're still... Oh my god. I looked it up. Apparently you can't tame ocelots. It's just not a feature anymore. They've changed it, so now when you give them fish, maybe there's a chance that they don't flee from you, but you can never actually tame them. You have to tame a cat. Which just sucks. I mean, I wanted to have Chester the cat, bro. Like a wild ocelot, but... guess not. Guess we have to have no fun allowed in Minecraft. Whatever. I could at least probably try to get him inside my house. I mean, maybe that's for the best. He's a wild cat. I found him out in the wild, and I don't need to domesticate him. He's an outdoor cat. He's meant to be living out in the trees, but he'll just be like my neighborhood cat that comes around here and there. Not like a lap kitty. Sad, though. I wanted a lap kitty. Well, anyways, I sorted all my stuff out, so... what should I do now? I mean, I could chop trees down. They've grown a lot over there. I have the diamond axe unlocked now, so I can really blaze through trees. I've been meaning to build more structures for villagers. I would like to get a couple more of them, so maybe I'll just clear some space out. We can do something chill. Whoa. What on earth? Oh my god, I've seen this before. That really scared me the first time, but I think when lightning strikes, there's a chance for, like, skeleton jockeys to spawn or something. Thunder really honestly is a new layer of challenge, having constant mob spawning in the day. I think I am going to turn this right here into a hallway and then build another structure on top of my greenhouse for villagers. As much as I said that I don't want this to become like a 300,000 stick trading monstrosity, I do need a few more of them. It's kind of slowing down with the level Z progression, and I want to get some more XP. And I like layering stuff on top of each other, like building another trading hall on top of this building. Just something simple, you know? Although actually, before I even do that, I do need to get wool for beds, don't I? I didn't really think about that. I have 12 string, but that's not enough. Okay, maybe we'll have to make... Well, then I have to make a wheat farm to feed the sheep, to then get the sheep, to get the beds, to get the Fletchers, so... There's another step in the process to consider. Maybe I'll just build the structure to start. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh. Excuse me? Is that a creeper in my house? How did he get in? What on earth? Okay, let's go outside. Square up. I have no idea how that happened. Absolute nerve. Alright, well anyways, there is the base extension. Looks pretty cool. I like how it's layered on top of the greenhouse. Oh my god. Can our brother just work in peace? Here, I'll show you the inside. So now you go up these stairs, and then you'll turn left, go down this balcony, and then it's just a giant room. There's nothing in it yet, but this is where I'll have lots of beds, and then workstations in the middle, and then this will be plenty. So I guess before I even give them food to make more villagers, I need to get them beds. So I need to get sheep, so I need to get wheat, so... I just need to do a lot of housekeeping around here. We need to expand the base, maybe add a farm in over there. We'll just do that. I also had another chat I wanted to talk about in a second. Let me just get my materials first. But yeah, so I wanted to chat a little bit more about the conversation I was having about friends changing. And I've touched on this before, but I want to specifically talk about emotionally manipulative people and what my experience has been like with that, and maybe you can learn something from it. So it's not really much of a story, but I just remember I used to be friends with this one guy who, in high school, you know, he was like, okay, he was kind of a questionable dude morally. But there was a time, I don't even remember what we were talking about, but he said some rude comment or was talking badly about my girlfriend, and we were like kind of beefing about it for a while. And I remember later down the road he had like tried to get me to apologize to him for something that I did, even though in this situation he was in the wrong. And I remember looking back on it like, no, that was his fault basically. And I remember he was like trying to gaslight me into believing that I was the one that was doing something wrong. And it was funny because that text that he'd sent me, like, you really need to apologize for your behavior, that was the last time I ever spoke to him, because he had ended up moving away, so I didn't have to see him anyways. But I just remember reflecting on that and thinking, you gotta have boundaries, dude. Like, it's as simple as that. It is really one of the most important social skills you can develop, is how you have boundaries with people and just put your foot down and say, enough is enough. Because I am just so sick and tired of people that try to gaslight you into believing that you are the one that wronged them, when in fact it was the opposite, and they're the ones that have been causing you all this grief. Like, those people are not your friends, and I feel like sooner or later it will come out eventually what someone's true nature is, and you'll realize that someone is very manipulative, or, you know, tries to get... They try to, like, maybe make other people's problems their problems. Like, they'll take ownership of your problems and make it about them somehow. I mean, maybe it's just, like, narcissistic people. But I just cannot stand that at all, dude. Like, you could not catch me apologizing to that dude in high school for what he said to me. Like, maybe I, like, said something at the time, but, like, I know that ultimately I was, you know, chilling, and he was just trying to, like, make himself feel better about the things that he had done to me. I mean, it's not even really a conversation for me. Like, if someone is like that, I cut them out of my life pretty much instantly. And I don't really think twice of it. Maybe it's cold, and I know it doesn't come easily to people. Like, I know it's not very easy for my girlfriend because she's more empathetic than me, and maybe like the ability to cut people out is a sign of a lack of empathy. But I just think it's a really important skill, because otherwise you become the doormat your entire life and you become the people pleaser. And it's funny how over time, the more practice you get with not like cutting people out necessarily, but just recognizing poor behavior and calling people out on it and maturing, the more easy it becomes and the more natural it feels, at least for me. It's been a struggle for me to call out my friends if something has been bothering me, or confronting someone that I'm close to that something is bothering me, but it always feels so good after the fact that you did it instead of bottling it up. Because ignoring that and holding that resentment within inside you is always the wrong decision. Without fail, every single time I've done that, it is blown up in my face. It is never productive to assume that other people know what you're feeling, because people can't read your mind. You know, you have to voice your concerns and say like, no, what you did to me bothered me. And if you can't accept that, then we're going to have a problem. And a lot of the time they can't accept that. Like in the situation with that guy from high school, I was the one that stopped talking to him. But if someone wronged me and I told them, hey, that really bothered me, and instead they do the whole bullshit of like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, or I'm sorry that you're having a hard time with it, or something like that, not taking accountability for what they said to you, then you know they're that kind of person and that you should either put a lot of distance between you and that person or just get rid of them completely. And I know it's a lot simpler with friends than it is with family members. Like it's hard to cut out, you know, your mom or your sister if they're acting like that to you, but you know, it's really all about you at the end of the day. It's your life, and you cannot be living servitude socially to other people forever. It becomes exhausting, you know, to be someone's doormat and to just be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I'll do better, when you know that you're not the one that did anything wrong, you know? That's exhausting. And if you feel that way now, it's not like that feeling's going to go away. It's only going to get worse. And it might be a very gradual experience. It might take like 5 years for you to really confront the fact that a certain friend in your life has not been good for you and you need to get rid of them. But it's going to happen. It's like if you hate your job and you think like, oh, maybe eventually with time it'll get better. But why would it, you know? If anything, you're just going to be an older, more bitter, more resentful person. And the sooner you act, the better. The sooner you confront your emotions about the fact that someone in your life is not good for you, the better. Because then you can finally get rid of that cyst, that parasite in your life. And I know it sounds cold, but it's truth. It's like a lot of people are emotional parasites. They're parasitic to your peace, and they're like leeches, and they steal that energy from you, when in fact, you need to be the one keeping it to yourself. Maybe I'm overly individualistic about this, but I really do think that if someone is sucking away your peace, or they're gaslighting you in a certain way, or if you're just having problems with a certain person, you need to look at that relationship and think, is this really good for me? Is this friendship still serving me? Because ultimately, that's the whole point of friendships and relationships. If you can't honestly point to a relationship in your life and describe what you benefit from that, or how it benefits your life, then you need to really do some reconsidering. Like, I can look at all of the people in my life right now and know, okay, I'm getting a benefit from having them in my life, and I'm glad to have them in my life. They make me a better person. They shape me better socially to become more mature, etc. But if you look at someone and you're like, honestly, I don't really want to hang out with that person, or like, they don't really make me a better person, or I don't really know why I'm friends with them at all, then maybe I shouldn't be friends with them, you know? It's not that complicated, and it's not morally questionable to look at relationships with such a clinical lens. I don't think it's bad to say that if a friendship is more or less neutral or even negative, that you're a bad person for letting that fizzle away. You are fully within your rights to do that, and maybe that's all it really takes, is to hear someone telling that to you to finally do it. But no one really told me that when I was growing up, and you kind of have to figure out like, no, this friendship actually is pretty shitty and I don't want them in my life anymore. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's your life, and if you want to live your entire life where you actually have control and peace and you have solitude over your life, then you need to look at the people that are shaping you. Because there is that phrase about how, you know, look at the closest 5 people to yourself and that'll describe what kind of person you are. You can't seriously expect to live your life independent of your relationships and say that your friends and family are not influencing you, because they totally are. And if those people are a negative influence, then your life is going to be worse because of it. Oh, nice time to drop in. But yeah, when I look at my life and I look at the people in it, they're all positive influences. And if I get the feeling that someone is not going to be right for me, then I don't necessarily cut them out, but I would say that I make a very conscious effort to not put in effort, or I don't go out of my way to be like, hey, should we hang out right now? Because I don't really want to hang out with that person. You don't have to make a big stink about it and cut them out in a big breakup, but I would say that you're totally within your rights to let that relationship fizzle away and to fade away, because it's just not something that needs constant effort and attention anymore. Friendships are also very circumstantial a lot of the time, and they might have served you at a certain point in your life, but they don't serve you anymore. It's what I was talking about earlier, where you might grow out of friendships that you had in elementary school, and by the time you get to high school, you're different people. The friends that I had when I was a kid are not in my life anymore. I stopped being friends with them probably when I was around 11 or 12, because I realized that that friendship served a purpose at the time, which was to be kind of goofy and fun and grow up. But when you get older and you start craving more or different things, or you want more of an emotional connection, and an old friend can't give that to you, it's not necessarily anyone's fault. It's just the natural course of things. And the sooner that you realize that, you know, that certain friendships or relationships can be seasonal, they don't have to be lifelong, it just takes a lot of pressure off of it. And it takes a lot of pressure off of thinking that this friend or this girlfriend or boyfriend is going to be here forever. I used to clown on my friend Jack a lot because he would talk about how he would know that certain relationships he had, like girlfriends, were only for the summer and it was just a fling. And he knew that he was going to break up with them. And I was like, why are you doing that? Like, you should be dating with the expectation that you're going to marry them or that you're going to be with them forever. But as I think about it, I don't think that's always true. And it's okay if you look at a certain relationship and be like, you know what? This might not last forever, but I'm happy that I have it right now. And when it inevitably ends, it's not going to be some catastrophic emotional burden on me. That's how I looked at my college friends a lot of the time. I knew that I was going to graduate from college and I was probably not going to stay in the area that I went to college in, and because of that, I wasn't going to be friends with them for much longer. And that's pretty much exactly how it played out. I had probably like 8 to 10 people in the frat that I was in college that I genuinely liked being around, and they were really lovely people to be around, but I haven't spoken to any of them in years, and that's okay. It's not their fault, and it's not my fault. It's just how things happen. And it's no less true if you have a friendship that is negatively impacting you nowadays. And maybe in high school or middle school when you first met them, it was a really great friendship or a great relationship. But nowadays, it's just not that anymore, and it's changed, and they've changed, or you've changed, and you've grown up, and you don't want that person in your life anymore. And maybe you just need some words of encouragement to hear that it's okay if that relationship fades away. And sometimes it is one person's fault, you know? Sometimes someone does something that's really terrible, or like that guy that I was friends with in high school that was, you know, trying to gaslight me, and I recognize that as a negative influence. Sometimes that happens, and you know, okay, that's the end of it right there. But it's not always going to be that simple, and sometimes it's just going to fade naturally over the course of years, and it's a little bit more vague. But if that is happening to you, or you see that potentially down the horizon, just know that it's okay. I've noticed it a lot in the friendships I've had over the years, and it's just a normal course of things. It's just how life goes a lot of the time. Unless you're in a very rare case where you have been friends with someone forever and you're still best friends, that's great, man, but that's just not that common. I mean, I guess I could look at my own relationship with my girlfriend, given that we've been dating for 8.5 years now, and, you know, I know that's very rare, and I've seen us change a ton. Like, the version that I was in high school and that she was in high school is very different now, but we're still here, and it sometimes can work. You can sometimes grow with a person over time, but just know that that might not always be the case. And if you find yourself growing apart from someone, it's not always... Oh, no! My villagers! Oh, come on, guys. Not my maxed out Fletcher Clarence. Oh my god, they must have broken in. Yeah. God, that sucks. Well, whatever. I was just trying to have a heartfelt conversation, but I guess they had other plans. But yeah, I hope that's helpful in some way, because I've been thinking about it a lot the past few weeks, and I think that might help a couple people out there to hear that. I know that I wished I heard it when I was younger and had different friendships come and go, but I think after reflecting on it, it all makes sense now. Well, anyways, this is such a dolt, man. That is just a Class A Tier 1 dolt to lose your villagers like that. I guess it must have been like a baby villager hopped over the fence because the gate was closed. That just sucks. Okay, well, let's deal with these clowns. I mean, I was supposed to be building that wheat farm that entire time, and I got absolutely nothing done. Yeah, they totally broke the door down. I mean, I know I can cure them, but I just don't have the potion of weakness to do that. I mean, unless I want to give them name tags and keep them here forever, and then when I inevitably do get a weakness potion, I could cure them, but that just feels like a whole lot of hoopla. I'm not really interested in that. Let's just get some new ones. I'm close enough to the village, and I built that pathway, so I can just run along the path really quickly, and it won't be that hard to get some new ones, but it just sucks. Guess I got distracted by the undead army, so I was just hiding up in here in my treehouse. Whoa, oh my god, that actually scared me so bad. Oh, it's snowing now. Oh, because it's fall. The season just changed. Oh wow, I did not know it snowed in fall though. That's cool. Maybe only in the taiga biome. Oh my god. Whoa, okay, that's a lot. That is a lot of enemies. Gee. Oh, wait. I'm actually taking a ton of damage. I mean, I don't have any armor. That's definitely part of it. I'm trying to get some points in defense. I've only got 4. You need 8, I think, for iron armor. Okay, so that's going to be a little while. Here's the tank. It should be pretty easy to fight him, right? Because, yeah, he can't actually reach me. Get outplayed, son. There we go. Victory. Okay, what did I get? I got another soul jar. What is this one? Move speed, mining speed, and swim speed. I think that one's actually slightly better than my old one. This one was the same one, except the last buff is luck. But I honestly never find luck to really do anything noticeable at all in my gameplay. I almost forgot to mention this, by the way, but you've probably been noticing that all of those monsters from the Undead Army wear this armor here called the Tattered set. And if you have all 4 pieces, you actually double the boost of the soul jar. So if I equip this, it's actually 30% move speed, mind speed, and 60% swim speed, which is pretty nuts. I'm going to be honest, that's really good. Like, I'm going to absolutely fly if I have this buff now, so I think I'm going to go with this. It is a little bit unfortunate to not have torches or food in your offhand, but I think this buff is just too good to not have it. Like, I can just run circles around this guy. Alright, well now let's build up this wheat farm, and then we'll get the villagers. Oh my god. Oh my Christ. Oh my god. Out of absolutely nowhere. Okay, hello. Just trying to farm, dude. Okay. Alright, well, it's day 84. That was quite a montage, let me tell you, dude. I got a lot done. Let me give you a tour. So, obviously, much more crowded now. Oh, jeez. Wait, lightning just struck my house. The thunder and lightning is definitely a problem, I will say. What? Anyways, the, clearances are much more bountiful now. We have like 20 of them in there. It's not the most secure, I will say. Zombies keep getting in and out, but you know what? It's fine. I built a farm over here. Looks like I have not tended to that in a while, but this is how I fed all my sheep. I added a couple of these little, like, jungle wall things around, by the way. It's not doing a whole lot, but it just makes the base feel more contained. And then obviously I also built the sheep pen, so I've got all my brown sheep. This is how I got all of the beds for the trading hall up there. The forest is much more sparse now. You can see the jungle has been cut down a lot. That's how I was able to pay for all of my emeralds. You can see I've got full diamond now with all my tools, so that's pretty good. Got a really good bow. Only weird thing I noticed is that when I logged in this morning, the rain is not actually... like, it's happening, technically, but there's no rain particles. I don't know why it's going on like this. Just weird, like the particles have stopped, but it is raining because you can hear the thunder and lightning. So, I don't know. I've seen the rain particles in the distance. Maybe my render distance is screwed up somehow. Well, anyways, I got all this gear, right? So I want to do some exploration now. I've been cooped up here for a while, and I want to do something different. Maybe I could go explore that direction. I went really far the last time on that trip. I went that way. Maybe we could go this way this time. Alright, clearances. Hold down the fort. I'll be back later. Oh yeah, one more thing. I also got a quiver. This was a really nice find. I think I got it when I fought the Undead Army again. So you can put arrows in there, and then you don't have to have them in your inventory. I think it only holds 6 stacks of arrows, but that's enough. You know, I don't need tons and tons of arrows. But let me try out my new bow, by the way. This is Twang V6. Oh my god. Yeah, this thing is a monster. I mean, look at that. I got so many levels, dude. I think I got like up to level 88 or 90 or something. I spent a lot of them, so we're down to level 48 now, but that was pretty good. I don't usually get to the stage of the game where I get maxed out gear. Or I know it can go higher, like there's diamond, and then there's netherite, and then after that there's even post-netherite things like topaz and ruby and stuff in the mod pack, but I'm just gonna chill with diamond, I think, for this video. I'm not really interested in getting the ultimate gear. Maybe when I do my seasonal video, I can get deeper into the content, because I'll be in the world for a long time. By the way, this is a question, not really a talk I have, but my computer, just filming this morning, getting this last final footage done, it is shut off like 3 different times. Like it gets, the screen goes black, and I've talked about it before in my videos where my computer crashes completely when I'm playing Minecraft or really doing any sort of task. And a lot of people seem to think that it's the CPU I have, the like absolute garbage Intel 13th and 14th gen that they farted out, and that probably is it, but I will say I got a fan that's blowing out of my computer, like a external fan, like a box fan, and it's blowing the hot air out of my room, and that, knock on wood, seems to have helped so far. I think my room has just been getting way too hot. My computer gets overheated, but I'm not certain that's the problem, because I've looked in my computer BIOS before, and it doesn't really get super hot, maybe like 60 degrees Celsius, which is within the realm of acceptability, so I don't know, bro. I really am thinking about buying a new computer straight up when I move. I just gotta make this one last for a few more months because I don't really want to buy it before I move, you know? But computers are just so much more expensive now. Like the top of the line computer that I would be looking at is like somewhere between 5 and 6 grand now, when I bought mine 3 years ago for about 3,500. So it's gone up like 50% in price. It's crazy. Or some of the websites rip you off so hard that it literally is double the price of what I paid 3 years ago. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like a computer should not cost 7 grand, at least not for like 20 years, you know, maybe with inflation eventually, but it feels like they have gone up so high that no one could get it. It seems prohibitively expensive now. Also, wait, what? The rain is back now. You see that? The particles are back. Like this was gone for like 30 days in the jungle. I don't know why the particles were gone. Some sort of weird bug, I guess. Whoa, look at this cave, by the way. Yeah, this is cool. Look at that. Oh, hello. As if you could pull that on me. But yeah, I was kind of trashing the 5090, but there is like a intrusive thought in the back of my head of like, when I get a new computer, maybe I should just get the literal best one possible. There's that phrase in the PC world, like, buy once, cry once, and I kind of want to just get the best possible thing so it lasts for a long time. Or at least I don't have to upgrade anytime soon. Because I will say, this computer has lasted me, like I said, about 3 years, and that feels like a pretty good amount of time, given how hard I push Minecraft and how demanding, you know, like, I'm not running like, you know, Microsoft Word and just doing like basic things. I'm pushing the computer super hard. And so for it to have lasted this long is pretty good. And I just want my next computer to last at least as long, if not longer. But yeah, I'll tell you what, it's really annoying when the tool that you need to do your job isn't working properly. Like, it sometimes takes me 3 or 4 attempts just to boot up my computer. Like, I'll load Minecraft, computer will crash, try again, it'll crash, and it takes me like 30 minutes just to be able to turn the game on and start filming. It's how I bet athletes feel when they get an injury, and it's like, all I want to do is my job and, you know, do it well, but the hardware, the tools that I use to do my job are limiting me, and it's really frustrating. Like, I'm limited by the technology of my time, as, I think Howard Stark was his name, Tony Stark's dad, he said something like that in one of the movies. Or like, that's definitely true with my Minecraft server, the flowstate. I've wanted so badly to have all of these mods in the server, but that's just not possible on the scale that I want to do it with like 50 players online. It's just not possible. It would have to be a fabric server, and it's just, the technology just isn't there. We kind of can make it work with paper/folia, because that's designed for large player counts, but then you don't get to use all the mods, so it's just really frustrating when you're limited by the technology, and not so much your motivation to actually do the work. This bow is crazy, by the way. Oh my god. But yeah, I guess just to close that thought, I'd be curious if any of you guys have tips on how to keep your computer running well, because I know people say to clean it, and I bought a compressed air canister to clean out dust and stuff, and that kind of has worked, but it's still crashing. Maybe my room is just too hot. It's a really small office. I think when I move next, I want to make sure that I get a really big office, because this office traps heat so badly, and there's no windows. This really was a rock bottom office, I will say. There's no windows, there's no door, it's very small, it gets very hot. It's like, it's only up from here, dude. I want to at least make sure I have a door in my next office. That will be a real treat. It makes you appreciate it, or like you take it for granted when you don't have windows or a door in your room, and then when you get it back, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I took that for granted for so long. Like the privacy and having a view out of your room is just so nice, and not everyone gets it. I haven't had that for 2 years. But yeah, let me know if you have any good PC longevity tips, like how you keep your computer running well. Oh shit. Oh, it's snowing. I forgot that it's winter, right? So it's gonna snow in some of these other biomes like the forest. I don't think it snows in the jungle though. It's so pretty. I have the mod particle rain installed if you're wondering why my rain and snow particles look like this. They just make them, it makes it look more dynamic, and I like it a lot. And I just found it from a YouTube video. I think the developer made it. It was just a complete happenstance. Oh, here's another thought, chat that just came to me. Have you guys ever thought about how you deal with, maybe not anger issues, but just like frustration, or if you ever reflect on moments where you're like, wow, I really let my emotions get the better of me there? As I've noticed, I'm really not, like, I'm a pretty chill guy. You guys know that. I'm not one to really get easily stirred up, but I've noticed that if I'm trying to do something that's important to me, like if I'm working or if I'm trying to sleep and something is like getting in the way of that, but I'm talking about my cat, really. It like really pisses me off. And like last night, me and my girlfriend were sleeping. Our cat, George, has gotten very bold lately, where he'll start literally walking on our head to wake us up at like 2 in the morning to feed him. And I did it last night. I was like, okay, I'll feed you. But then he like keeps doing it. I think it's because he's just bored and wants to play, or he wants to get some attention. But it's like, bro, it's 2, 3 in the morning. My girlfriend's like, you need to be more gentle with him and like understand that he's just a cat and he just wants to, you know, play or something. But like in the moment, it really frustrates me. And I'm like, I'm trying to sleep. And so I woke up this morning, as we do every morning at 6:30, just super tired because I've just been sleeping so badly lately. Like in the middle of the day, I mean, literally in this video, you guys, there was a moment where I was getting chased by a bunch of monsters and George hopped in my lap and like almost got me killed in the video. And it was just like so bad. And I don't know. It's hard to know what the correct decision always is, of like whether or not you should be getting frustrated about something, or like how to keep your emotions in check. But I've just noticed that like when my cat gets in the way, it just kind of annoys me. And he's really cute and I love him. It's not like you can ever not be emotional. You know, that's not really the goal, but it's more just like reflect on whether or not you're allowing yourself to get too frustrated, you know? But it just kind of makes me concerned a little bit, because I know that eventually I will have children, and I don't want to be the dad that gets frustrated because the kid is like, he like pulls out the power cord from your computer while you're working, because like that would really piss me off, I'm sure. And I just don't know how parents, or like maybe if there's parents that are watching, can give advice on like how you keep your children or your pets in check and how you allow yourself to stay calm at all the time, because I feel like that's something I would need to work on before I become a parent. I mean, it's frankly part of why I want to just retire early and have all my money sorted out by the time I become a parent in like 7 years, because I don't want to have to, you know, mix work and parenting, and then that kind of thing can happen. Like, you guys remember that classic clip of some guy that was on the news, and then his kids come in the background, and he's trying to like shuffle them out, and then the mom like comes swooping in like, oh god, it was really like a bad moment, and the kids like, they were on the news, and then, you know, he's trying to like push them away. And I just feel bad for that guy, because it's like, he's just trying to do his job, and that's what kids do, or like that's what pets will do. Like a cat or a dog would come in and, you know, like jump in my lap when I'm trying to work, and, you know, it's normal. But it's just like, I don't want to, I would like to believe that I could minimize the amount of time I have to work while my kids are around, so that that kind of thing doesn't happen. Like, I want to be fully present and not be worrying of like, oh, this thing is getting in the way of my work, which I'm trying to do right now. You know, I don't want those things to ever come into conflict. But yeah, I guess that question is more directed at parents. If any of you guys have thoughts about how you just keep your emotions in check when you know that it's really easy to get frustrated, or if something is preventing you from doing something that you want to do. Any way you cut it, I know that I am not ready to be a parent, that's for sure. I need a lot of time to grow and mature and get all of my finances in order, so just got a lot of stuff to do before I do that. I'm going to be honest, I'm only exploring because I wanted to have something mindless to do while I talk. That's the only reason I ever really do explore, because I've already got all the loot that I would need. Just a nice thing to do when I've got some topics on my mind. But maybe I'll start heading back a little bit. I don't really have other... Oh, hello. Alright, let's try it out. Oh, ouch. Yeah, try me, huh? Try me. Got full diamond, so nothing can really harm me now. Unless it's maybe a charge creeper. I don't know if I would survive that quite yet. But yeah, let's start heading back. I've pretty much talked about what I want to talk about, I think. Oh, wait, no way. This is the cave from the start of the video. What? Wait, this is the starter village. That spawns straight ahead. I had no idea I was right here, but my torches are totally down there. Wow, that's a crazy coincidence. Wait, let me swing by my old house. I guess if I'm here, I might as well drop by. That's crazy. I really did not plan to do that at all. Yeah, there's my old ladder. Look at that. Yeah, there it is. Wow. I did not think I was going to come back to this thing. Here's my old tent. Did I leave anything here? I left my sleeping bag. Some random items. That's cool. Yeah, it was really cozy in here. This would be not too bad of a little winter getaway home. I was going to have my bed, that's right, and storage, and wow. Cool. Oh, hello. Okay. Well, actually, would this be stupid to see if I'll survive the blast? I have almost 3 rows of hearts, so... come on, you only live once, right? Okay, well, I guess 3 rows of hearts, full diamond armor, still is not enough to survive a charge creeper. What the fuck, bro? Is it just like an unsurvivable blast? That's ridiculous, bro. I mean, man, I have not failed a 117 run in a while. It's been like 6 months, probably. Oh, man, I really thought I was going to survive that. I guess, well, that's another data point for the future to know that even that is not enough. Oh, man, I really was not expecting that. That sucks. Well, I mean, there you have it, I guess. That was not part of the plan, but this was cool, though. I mean, I got most of the way there, so I can't be too mad about it. I really did like this base, by the way. This is a cool spot. I loved the tiered farm, and, well, that was not planned, but I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the talks. I think I got a lot of good talks in that one, but yeah, dude, I'll see you in the next one.